Yesterday, I announced that we are going to start to read a book, and you might have guessed one of my favorite Buddhist books is In the Buddha's Words. I'm going to display the book through my Kindle application here, but firstly, because it's a different format, I need to check whether the font and the color is okay with you. So let's experiment a little bit. This is the cover. I'll move on to here. This is the opening quotes. Tamed, he is supreme among those who tame. At peace, he is the sage among those who bring peace. Free, he is the chief of those who set free. Delivered, he is the best of those who deliver. From Anguttara Nikaya 423. Okay. Waken said, "Whoa, in the Buddha's words." Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I want to do a little bit of testing here before we begin. This is the first color. It's called Sapphire. And the text size is a little bit too small. Maybe I zoom in a little bit. Around this area. Maybe something like this. And the color, okay, we have three color choice. One is sepia like this. Second is white color. Yeah, you guys take a look and see which one you prefer. White. And then the last one is black. Yeah, I repeat. This one, the first one is sepia. Second one is white. The third one will be black. So maybe I take a quick poll. How many of you prefer this one, black? Okay, none of you. Let me change to sepia. How many of you prefer sepia? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the last one is white. How many of you prefer white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a tie between sepia and white. Okay, if I use sepia, is it readable for everyone? Anyone unable to read? Oh, okay. Okay, and then we will try this one first. Okay, let's begin. Okay, let's take a look at the chat first. Sepia is nice. Sepia, please. I'm okay with any color. Quite says white. Okay, we will go with sepia first and then see how it goes. And the text size, is it okay? Okay, then we will stick with this. Let me take a screenshot so I remember the settings. Okay, great. With this, let's begin. This landmark collection is the definitive introduction to the Buddha's teachings. In his own words, the American scholar monk Bhikkhu Bodhi, whose voluminous translations have won widespread acclaim, here presents selected discourses of the Buddha from the Pali Canon, the earliest record of what the Buddha taught. Divided into 10 thematic chapters in the Buddha's words, reveal the full scope of the Buddha's discourses from family life, and marriage to renunciation and the path of insight. Okay, next paragraph. Let's see. Would you like to read? We can.
In the Buddha's words, allows even readers unacquainted with Buddhism to grasp the significance of the Buddha's contributions to our world heritage. Taken as a whole, these texts bear eloquent testimony to the breadth and intelligence of the Buddha's teachings and point the way to an ancient yet ever vital path.
Thanks, Brother Waken. And if there's any words that you guys want to be defined, just let me know. For example, voluminous here. Voluminous means occupying or containing much space, large in volume in particular. Of the third definition, very lengthy and full of writing. Fourth definition, of a writer producing many books. Any other difficult words? Maybe heritage.
Renunciation is difficult. Not the meaning of the word, but the to do is difficult.
Fair point. I'm curious, what does the dictionary define as renunciation? The first definition, the formal rejection of something, typically a belief, claim, or cause of action. Okay, fair enough. Okay, maybe one more word, heritage. Property that is or may be inherited and inheritance. Second definition, valued objects and qualities such as cultural traditions, unspoiled countryside, and historic buildings that have been passed down from previous generations. Okay. The next paragraph, Sister Saikyang, would you like to read?
I'm not sure whether my mic is working today.
Yeah, it's good.
There are two ways of looking at any work of Buddhist literature. One is to view it from the outside as an object situated in its historical and cultural, how do you pronounce this?
Milieu.
Okay. The other, more inward perspective, is to regard its potential transformative effect upon its readers. From either one of these perspectives, this new work is remarkable. Bhikkhu Bodhi's introductions to each chapter, strung together, would themselves serve as a beautiful and accessible overview of the Dharma by Buddha Dharma.
Thanks, Saikyang.
One feedback is when you show the definition in the dictionary, the words are a bit small. Is there a way to sort of like make it bigger?
Yeah, I realized that. So let me try that. Maybe if I click full definition. Yeah, okay. I think this one is better.
Yes.
This
Thank
is
you.
better.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we are still doing a test run for the few days. Thanks for the feedback. Okay, milieu means a person's social environment. So, two ways looking at the work of Buddhist literature. One is from the outside, and the other, the other more inward. Oops. With regard to its potential transformative effect upon its readers. Here, I think the important one, Bhikkhu Bodhi's introduction to each chapter, strung together with themselves, serves as a beautiful and accessible overview of the Dharma, which we will take a look when we start to dive into the chapter.
Yes, I agree. The introductions are brilliant. If you don't read the suttas, in the introductions themselves, he already quotes some of the suttas. So he gives a very good he draws the suttas together to give a very good overview. Yeah.
And to pair it with the actual sutta makes it complete. That's what I like about this book. Let's take a look at the contents. We'll start with first foreword and then preface, list of abbreviation, key to the pronunciation of Pali, detailed list of contents, which we will take a look later. Now, this is the important part, the chapter itself. General introduction, the human condition, the bringer of light, approaching the Dharma, happiness visible in this present life, the way to a fortunate rebirth. And my personal favorite chapter is this, chapter 6, deepening one's perspective on the world. Next one is the path to liberation, mastering the mind, shining the lights of wisdom, and ends with the plains of realization. And then there's notes, table of sources, glossary, bibliography, index of subjects, index of proper names, index of similes, index of selected Pali Sutta titles, index of Pali terms discussed in the notes. Here I would say the notes is also really helpful. Yeah, if you want to study in details. This is publisher acknowledgement. I think we can skip this. Okay, let's go with the foreword. Okay, Sister Chaikon, would you like to read?
More than 2,000.
Sorry, a bit too soft, Sister Chaikon.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's
Can you
still
hear me
soft.
now? Still soft. Huh?
Okay, maybe we let someone else read
You
first.
let
Yeah.
someone else, something wrong.
Sister Shomi, would you like to read?
More than 2,500 years have passed since our kind teacher Buddha Shakyamuni taught in India. He offered advice to all who wished to heed it, inviting them to listen, reflect, and critically examine what he had to say. He addressed different individuals and groups of people over a period of more than 40 years. After the Buddha's passing, a record of what he said was maintained as an oral tradition. Those who heard the teachings would periodically meet with others for communal recitations of what they had heard and memorized. In due course, these recitations from memory were written down, laying the basis for all subsequent Buddhist literature. The Pali Canon is one of the earliest of these written reports and the only complete early version that has survived intact. Within the Pali Canon, the texts known as the Nikayas have the special value of being a single cohesive collection of the Buddha's teachings in his own words. These teachings cover a wide range of topics. They deal not only with renunciation and liberation, but also with the proper relations between husbands and wives, the management of the household, and the way the countries should be governed. They explain the path of spiritual development from generosity and ethics through mind training and the realization of wisdom, all the way to the attainment of liberation.
Okay, thanks, Sister Shomi. Okay, this foreword starts to give the background of how the Buddha's teachings come to be in this current form today. Any difficult words or anything you would like to ask? If not, let's continue a few more paragraphs. Sister Billy, would you like to read?
The teachings from the Nikaya has collected here provide fascinating insights into how the Buddha's teachings were studied, preserved, and understood in the early days of Buddhism's development. Modern readers will find them especially valuable for reinvigorating and clarifying their understanding of many fundamental Buddhist doctrines. Clearly, the Buddha's essential message of compassion, ethical responsibility, mental tranquility, and discernment is as relevant today as it was more than 2,500 years ago.
Thanks, Sister Billy. Yeah, I like this sentence. Let me highlight this. Clearly, the Buddha's essential message of compassion, ethical responsibility, mental tranquility, and discernment is as relevant today as it was more than 2,500 years ago. It's a timeless principles. Okay, next, Sister Ike, would you like to read? You're muted.
Although Buddhism spread and took root in many parts of Asia, evolving into diverse traditions, according to the place and occasion, distance and differences of language limited exchange between Buddhists in the past. One of the results of modern improvements in transport and communications that I most appreciate is the vastly expanded opportunities those interested in Buddhism now have to acquaint themselves with the full range of Buddhist teachings and practice. What I find especially encouraging about this book is that it shows so clearly how much fundamentally all schools of Buddhism have in common. I congratulate Bhikkhu Bodhi for this careful work of compilation and translation. I offer my prayers that readers may find advice here and the inspirations to put it into practice that will enable them to develop inner peace, which I believe is essential for the creation of a happier and more peaceful world. From Venerable Tenzin Gyatso, 14th Dalai Lama.
This is from May 10th, 2005. Is this book that old? I thought this was like written in 2012. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, so that's it about the foreword. And then tomorrow, I think we can continue with the preface, which will be, seems to be lengthier. Any questions or comments so far? Or feedback also for this new format? If not, let's do a dedication. I'd like to extend this dedication, especially to those currently involved in the war. May those in suffering be free from suffering. May those in fear be free from fear. May those in sorrow be free from sorrow. May all living beings also be thus. May they be able to achieve peaceful resolution. 愿消三障除烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿具彰细修成，实是常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a fresh Tuesday ahead. Yeah, fresh for a fresh start of a new book. Thanks everyone for participating. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.